What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here for a technical analysis on BCRX, looking at BioCryst here, pharma. And on the left-hand side, we have the daily chart. You can see that up here. And the right-hand side, we have the 30-minute. Some things to note. The 50 SMA is the blue line here, and the 200 SMA is the green line down below. Same thing on the 30-minute time frame, 50 SMA there, and 200 SMA here. One thing that we're going to note is just point out some really obvious areas of support and resistance first on the daily time frame, and then on the 30-minute, we'll sort of fine-tune there. So from the daily perspective, clear resistance at the all-time highs rather at 1766, and sort of trading in this range with support down below at 1523. If you've been watching the Trade Brigade main channel, what you'll remember is that we never recommend you initiate a new position whenever you're in the middle of a range. And right now we are in the middle of the range, so not really advising that anyone gets too active here in BCRX until we either move to the top up here or to the bottom down below. Now at that point in time, you can either look for follow through to the downside or follow through to the upside, or fades back down in towards the middle, something like that. But until that happens, not really expecting a whole lot to happen here, rather sideways and choppy action without definitive sort of moves. That being said, we are at the 50 SMA on the daily time frame, which does tend to be a powerful area of support. We're also very close to 16, the nice round psychological number, so that could offer some sort of dead cat bounce into the earlier parts of next week. If we flip over to the 30-minute time frame now, let's just quickly map out some areas to pay attention to that are sort of jump off the page in your face. This prior area of support should now act as resistance if there are to be any sort of retests back up towards that 1660 mark. So that's first on my radar to the upside. Anything else after that, I really place a lot of emphasis into this area here, about 1690, simply because it was resistance here, then it offered some support, resistance, and then support as well. A lot of price history around 1690, so that should be on your radar as well. Now, it is in a clear downtrend, and there's nothing to really point out from the 30-minute perspective to our left. If we extend this out and just grab a couple of more days to analyze here, we'll flip that out to 20 now. You can see our next major area of support underneath is probably going to be a prior area of resistance. I would argue that this should be the level to watch at 1590, simply because we have prior resistance, 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 then clearly turning into support here for this next leg higher. So to me, all of that price history around 1590 makes it a critical area to be watching into the following week. Now, underneath that, I would say next support is probably here at 1560. Very ironic, or maybe it's just how this one likes to trade, that we're looking at 1660 and 1690, and now we're also looking at 1590 and 1560. So interesting parallel there. Not saying it has to mean a whole lot, but those are the levels to be watching on BCRX into the upcoming week.